Something different in this video, something fantastic and acoustic. This is the NUX Stageman II Charge. It's a great acoustic amp that in my opinion competes with much higher priced acoustic amps and has a killer specification. So let's go through it. Let's start with the aesthetics. It's got a beautiful dark wood enclosure with a solid leather handle for transportation. Such a nice design, and the guys at NUX have really pulled this off beautifully. And the weight at £10, there or thereabouts, makes it feel solid. The speakers in the amp are a 6.5-inch woofer and a 1-inch tweeter. Now I know what you're going to say. Yeah, the Fishman amps have got an 8-inch speaker. So how can this compete? Well, let me tell you, the 6.5-inch speaker in this amp is enough. The lows are so deep and it sounds really full and rich, so don't let speaker size fool you here. And NUX, according to their website, tried hundreds of different speakers and eventually decided to customise their own to get the exact sound that they wanted from this 80-watt acoustic amp. I'm going to be playing my Ibanez AC340 with the LR Bags element and then my Cremona M25E with the same LR Bags preamp. And I'll record the amp using my Rode NT1 to give you the sound I'm hearing in the room. I might add some post EQ as I want to really closely match what I hear to give you the best representation of what this amp actually sounds like. Two channels. The second channel can also be used for a dynamic mic, so if you're out busking as a musician you can use it to sing through as well, and each channel has its own dedicated EQ section. Channel 1 has also got a switch that selects between 3 different modes: normal, fingerstyle and strumming, and this will change the EQ as you switch between the modes. Normal is a flat EQ, finger brightens things up, and strumming adds mids to the EQ. On channel 2 you get a normal and fades switch as well. And both channels can use the effects on the amp, which I'll go through later. The amp's also got a master volume, and each channel has a gain or volume control. One of the most unique features on the Stageman II Charge is the battery. It's a rechargeable amp with a large capacity lithium battery that gives you up to 4 hours of playing time. It takes around 6 hours to charge, so this should be plenty enough for some busking when a power socket isn't available. The amp's also got a foot switch, which allows you to engage the effects, use the built-in looper, yes, it's got a looper built in as well, and a drum machine, which can also be controlled using the foot switch. It's also got flexible outputs for stage and recording, XLR DI out and line output. You can use them for an analog audio out or recording, or send them to an interface or DI. There's also a send and return effects loop, so you can also connect any of your pedals. The Stageman II Charge has another unique feature. I did a video a little while ago on the NUX Optima Air, and that's got 8 different classic guitar IRs built into it. So you can get the sound of a classic and legendary Martin, Gibson or Taylor guitar. Well, the Stageman II Charge has got this built in as well, and you can select classic guitars that have been modelled and use them as your sound through the amp. You've got classics like the Gibson Hummingbird and J15 piezo and magnetic pickups, the Martin D45, HD28 and the Taylor 814 for example. This is all done through the app, so let's talk about that. I really don't like apps connected to amps, so I was a bit apprehensive when using it. However, having said that, I would definitely use this one. It's so simple and straightforward to connect via Bluetooth, and I wish more apps were like this one. And on the app you can easily go through the different guitar IRs, change the effects like chorus, flange, reverb, delay, and adjust the EQ of the amp, as well as change the drum beats and use the looper. All of the parameters are adjustable for the IRs, amp and effects in the app, and can then be saved back to the amp. The feature set of the amp's incredible, but none of these features take away from the fact that this amp sounds fantastic, so full and rich. I'm extremely impressed with it. As I said at the beginning, it can definitely hold its own when compared to more expensive acoustic amps. For example, my brother-in-law's got the Fishman Performer, and I love the sound of that amp. So of course I did have high hopes for the Stageman II Charge, but it didn't disappoint. So let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you down there as always. Cheers.